Hi, I'm Suzie Kenner with Devil's Lake Chamber. I have a hard time of saying Devil's Lake Tourism, but I'm with the Devil's Lake Chamber of Commerce. And we are at Western State Bank today with Brett Johnston, who is the president of Western State Bank, and Lisa Uhlenkamp, who is a personal banking and mortgage loan officer. So, welcome.
Thank you.
For me, here with you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, so just want to have a little conversation today about all Western State Bank does in the community and talk a little bit about your services and what you provide. So just to get us kicked off and started, how long has Western State Bank been in the community of Devil's Lake?
Well, we were actually chartered in the community of Webster, North Dakota back in 1902. And then we had a group of farmers and local businessmen purchase the bank and renamed it Western State Bank and moved into town in 1968. We were actually right adjacent to Thompson's Glass and Paint. And then we've been at our current location since '72.
Very cool. Sounds good. So speaking of some of the other different locations, how many exact locations are there, and are you just located in the state of North Dakota?
We are not. So we have 9 locations currently. We have a new one that's coming online in Deer Valley, Arizona, here at the end of the month, so that'll be 10. But we have 3 North Dakota branches, which we have Devil's Lake, which was our first one, West Fargo, and then Fargo, which just recently was just relocated to South 52nd.
Osgood.
In Osgood.
Yep, in Osgood.
Wow, so quite a few different locations. Awesome. What does Western have to offer its customers? Let's put it this way, as a new person coming into Devil's Lake, and I'm shopping around for a bank, what can you offer me?
Okay. We're a full service financial institution. So we offer, consumer accounts, business accounts, ag business services, mortgages, residential and commercial, consumer loans as well. So
The one thing Lisa also does is residential construction loans. A lot of people don't know that, but that is one of our specialties, both on the residential side and commercial.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Very cool. And then safe deposit boxes too, correct?
We have safety deposit boxes, yes. I think we only have maybe 2 open, but yes, we do have safety deposit
perfect.
boxes.
Kind of inside joke, so just had to make sure we let the community know.
Yes,
that
we do have
deposit
them.
boxes. Let's talk a little bit about some of the member programs, because I know my family banks here, and the Little Buckaroo program has been quite beneficial in our family. So let's just touch base a little bit about the Little Buckaroo program, and then I know you have a Good Neighbor Club and some other things as well.
Right. So one of the perks with Western State Bank are the special programs and clubs that we do provide that come with excellent benefits. So like you were saying, the Little Buckaroo Club is offered to kids that are under 12. It's a savings account with no minimum balance, and they get, for every $10 that they deposit, they get Little Buckaroo dollars that they can spend, like in our Little Buckaroo shop. Then they hold special events like during the year, like Halloween, back to school. Of course, we haven't been able to do any of those, of course, with COVID, so we've kind of held off on that. Of course, the other one, yes, the Good Neighbor Club, offered to those in the community which are 50 and older. Right now, between the company, we have 1,500 plus members within the Good Neighbor Club. Comes with benefits and special activities and events as well as travel opportunities. And of course, we have not done any of that with COVID either. So Julie, our Good Neighbor Club director, is always keeping her eyes and ears open for different things that she can do, and she's ready to get stuff started up in 2022 again. So
for a typical year, taking COVID out of the equation, if they were gonna put on a Good Neighbor Club event, or they were gonna go somewhere, what would they do? Like, what kinds of different places would they go to, or what would they do?
They have done Branson in the past. There was a trip that was scheduled that was to happen this November. They were supposed to go to New York, but of course that got canceled. One of the ones that is popular that they have done in the past in the summertime is the mystery trip. So
You hop on a bus and
you hop on a bus, and they don't know the whole time that they're going anywhere that they're going. So they get to their destination, they get off the bus, do that, and then they go to the hotel of the next spot, and they don't find out till the next morning where they're going.
Oh, that's
So
fun.
yeah, that was
give
it.
them an idea of what the climate is going to be and so on.
Yeah.
So they pack the appropriate clothes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But the trips have varied from, like Lisa said, New York to Alaska.
Wow.
So we've done cruises and different things. It all just depends on the number of individuals that are willing to attend. And essentially the Good Neighbor Club is, for those that meet the age requirement, every product or service we offer is either free or discounted for those folks.
Okay.
So
Very
it is the
cool.
most popular club in the Lake region for the 50 and older, and Julie does a great job.
Yeah.
She took over for Kathy Hankey, who was the director for 30 plus years and retired just a couple years ago, and so Julie's just kind of continuing to carry the torch forward.
Perfect.
Right. Another one of the programs that I wanted to talk about was Hometown Heroes.
Okay.
That is a product or program that I think is exclusive to us. I think we're the only ones probably have it. It's offered to anybody who works in education, EMS, fire, law enforcement, medical, military, anything like that. They qualify for discounted products and services, just like the Good Neighbor Club would as well. And one of the big things is $500 off of closing costs for mortgage loans. So that's
Well, that's a good benefit.
yeah. So, and it's been pretty successful.
Yeah, all our friends obviously in Camp Crafton. They employ a large number of individuals, so they're fortunate enough to take advantage of that program, and Lisa leads those efforts, so she's done a nice job. So
Very cool. And I know, just following on social media too, everything that you guys push out, you have a lot of contests that you push out for the community, if it's coloring contest or back to school or Christmas, so that's kind of fun to watch too.
we like to keep it fun, keep the community involved, and we try to get them into the branch as much as possible. Western Day is a big event for us that happens every year. This year we got to have it. And we fed about 300 folks out at Roosevelt Park, and had games for the kids. We had the Elks Band there for entertainment, and that was a real good time. Usually we feed a little bit more than that, but with the COVID, understandable.
Yep.
And so, but still, it was great to see those familiar faces again.
It was fun.
So speaking of different things in the community, I know rolling up once in a while in the drive-through, you guys do some pretty cool stuff out there. I know this summer I ended up with free lunch.
Yep.
So
Hot dogs. What else have we done out there?
gotten my
It's been-
windshield washed.
Yep,
I got
windshield
ice
washing,
we've done
cream.
windshield
hot
washing.
dogs,
Ice cream.
We've done ice cream, we've done coffee through the window. This one that we had this summer was kind of our first GNC event to kind of test with the COVID thing, and so we did drive-up hot dogs, which we got from was it Lakeland Meats here,
Okay.
just on Highway 2 East, a new service provider to the city, and they had the old-fashioned hot dogs, and let me tell you, they were fantastic.
They were good.
They were amazing.
They were
So,
super good.
We bought 300 thinking that maybe we'd send a bunch of home with employees, and we went through them all.
Wow.
So it was just a good day.
Well, good. Glad to hear that. So back to kind of the basics or the bones. What is the mission as the bank within the communities that you serve?
Well, it's just to connect with our customers and provide them financial services to help them plan for the future.
Let's talk about your core values.
Okay.
Do you guys center around core values?
We do. We have a number of core values. I'll just touch on a couple of them here. One of them, of course, is respect everyone. We just believe that everyone in the community, customer or not, deserves respect. So, and another one is, of course, is to do more than expected. We try to go above and beyond for our customers by doing everything we can, to make their lives easier and focusing on them, of course, and their financial goals. So.
Okay.
And I guess one of my favorites is be curious and creative. We understand that as a community bank, that not everyone fits into a box, and everyone's situation's different. So we're going to be caring, and we're going to understand, and we're going to do whatever we can to help them and point them in the right direction.
Perfect. What do you feel that Western does to solidify the trust of your customers?
Well, I think the big thing for us is a lot of our staff were born and raised in the Lake region, so we have that familiar tie with the community and its members. You know, a lot of us understand the unique circumstances they're in. We pride ourselves in local decision making, and that's one thing that is separates us from some of our competition. But I think that is probably the biggest thing for us is just local decision making. You know, we are your friends and neighbors. A lot of us graduated together, went to college together, and I think that does separate us from competition.
Yep. You're not you're just not a number.
You're not a number.
We know a lot of our customers, by first name, like Brett said, their situations and all of that too. So.
And that is a requirement from our frontline staff is that they need to know their customers by name. So we are the hometown bank.
You are the hometown
So
bank.
you're not a number. and I think if you polled our customers, they would share the same sentiment.
Wonderful. So let's say I am new to town. And I decide, I go through the scenarios of where I want to bank when I move into town. If I was to become a member or a customer here at the bank, what would be my first steps that I would need to take?
So, obviously your first step is, walking into our bank. We would have you sit down with one of our personal bankers, and we would just kind of go through, what you're looking for in a bank. What are your financial needs? Is there something that specifically drew you to our bank that maybe your other financial institution, of course, did not offer? And if you're ready to switch banks, we have a kit that we can utilize to get you switched over to kind of make it an easier transition, for you to do that. So we just do whatever we can to make your financial needs and transition from one financial institution to another basically as seamless as possible.
Okay. So from experience, Western State Bank has been very generous in the communities that they serve. Being a part of the Chamber of Commerce, we see that firsthand. But can you talk a little bit, specifically here in Devils Lake, some of the things that you value about the community as a whole, and then can you just speak to some of the different things that you do in the community, whether it's through sponsorships or donations or something like that?
Sure. Well, we really value our partners, our strategic partners. Devils Lake High School, Devils Lake Chamber. We really value our strong agricultural history. We have a number of farmers. Anyone that lives in town seems like they came off a farm one way or another. Some of the things that we do to promote the community, obviously we partner with the Chamber at the Devils Lake, the golf outing you have every year. We just had that. It's fantastic. We had 32 teams attend that event, and we were able to co-sponsor that, so we appreciate the opportunity there. We have a partnership with the Devils Lake High School where we sponsor their 4 primary sports, and we donate certain monies every year for points scored. And so we try to motivate those young athletes to get out there and do their best, and then we'll make a contribution to help them purchase equipment and things of that nature. So, there's a number of different events and activities that we sponsor throughout the year, some that kind of go unnoticed. But we just have a fantastic community. The Chamber does a great job. We value your relationship. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed, we talked about earlier, is just the tourism aspect. I think Chamber has really stepped up their game there, and you can see it on the weekends, the number of people in town. It's busy.
Yeah.
Devils Run, some of those fantastic activities that you guys help with, and so we appreciate that. All your outreach and community events, and so thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you guys. And speaking of that, we can walk in here and look around and see all the volunteer hours that your employees give back, whether it's the park board or sitting on the Chamber of Commerce board, being in Rotary and Kiwanis and the Optimist Club. So, that's a big kudos to you guys and your staff too, that you guys are out in the community as well.
Yeah, we try to
and everything.
I
try to make our
that.
face known,
Yeah,
our name known.
It actually is a requirement for all our frontline staff to make sure that they're out and about, involved in the community. This is our home. We all care, And that's not necessarily a requirement that your kid be in the program. You can still volunteer for every week. So
Wonderful. And then, we just going back to the Chamber of Commerce. What besides some of that outreach and the different things that we do with events and such, is on a business level for like education? What are some of the things that you guys utilize with your staff? Are there certain programs that you find beneficial?
through the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've done the coffee connection events,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so that outreach, promotes a lot of things. Just getting out there and meet new faces. I really enjoy the ribbon cuttings, an opportunity to meet entrepreneurs that are coming, opening new businesses in the community. It's a great opportunity.
And we have some more of those coming up, so that's really good to see.
Yeah, so any training event, we try to take advantage of and encourage our staff to attend.
Wonderful. So did we touch on everything today that you guys wanted to talk about?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.